Welcome to part 5, chapter 5 of Final Fantasy VII Remake. And we're doing a challenge run. It's the Toad Ring Challenge. In case you're new to the Toad Ring Challenge, I call it the Toad Ring. It's the Enfeeblement Ring. But what the ring does is it turns your party members into toads. And I'm using that as a sort of a challenge run. I say it's a challenge run. We're all level 50, but you can't get 3 toad rings until you play through the game a couple of times. So allow me to show you. Right now, we have Enfeeblement Rings on Cloud, Tifa, and also Barret. Aerith doesn't have one right now, but she's not in the party. I think we'll get another one before the end of the run, and it'll make the hot swapping of the accessories a little bit easier. But what we're doing is we're just seeing how far we can get through as just toads, because I don't understand why there's toad rings in the game. Because they don't really seem to have much purpose to them. Other than to be difficult. Like, other than just to make the game harder. Maybe later in the 7 Remake epic that they're making, it'll have some kind of relevance, but right now it doesn't seem to have any relevance. You use a toad ring, you get turned into a toad, it doesn't untoad you. Fairly confident if you use a Maiden's Kiss while you have a toad ring on, doesn't do anything.
Hey.
Also, we're going to be trying to skip most of the story here, because this is... If you want to watch me play through the story, I played this as soon as it came out, as soon as I was able to play it. So if you want to see my reactions to this live, check out those live streams that I did. But this right now, we're going to blast through the story as quickly as possible. And try to do some Toad Ring activities. I'm thinking by the time we get to Airbuster, that's gonna be where it starts getting hard. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to reach Airbuster. But like, I presume we must be able to at least beat the game with 3 Toad Rings on normal. Because like I said, why else would the Toad Rings be in the game? Like, they must expect you to be able to do it. But maybe not. Maybe it's like a long play, or whatever you want to call it. A long con. I'm gonna pick up this materia, though, just because. I went the wrong... Did I go the wrong way? No, I didn't. The door opened automatically. Oh, I need to talk to you, Barret? Fine, Barret. I'll talk to you. I assumed I did in the cutscene, but I didn't. Sorry, Barret. I guess there's no getting off of this train we're on. Fine, I'll go talk to Tifa. Again. Back this way. But as you can see right now, we're not toads. Unfortunately, we're only toads in battle. I really... Alright. Well, I saw the question marks the other way, Barret. So... I'm just doing what the minimap says. Take issue with the minimap. So anyway, hi, Tifa. I notice you're sitting all the way back there by yourself, not up front by yourself.
No way.
I guess it's easier to escape that way.
Unauthorized IDs.
Oh no, unauthorized IDs. Anyways, we're gonna turn into toads now. Tifa's not, because... Nor are Barret, because he's not technically in the party as of yet. That's alright. So we only really have access to 3 attacks with this Toad Ring Challenge. We have the regular attack, we have the Bubble Breath, which I'm not using just yet. It has its purposes, it works. I guess I could show it. I forget if it's water damage. Excuse me. Or not. But I mean, we're attacking them with their weakness, but we do have Lightning Elemental equipped on our character here. And in case you have been following the previous playthrough and you're like, but you had fire equipped, I actually did this already. I already did Chapter 5, but then in post I realized that, like, the game volume was way too loud. So I wasn't having it. So I'm doing it all again, but it's probably just as well. Since it's been 6 months since the last playthrough, it worked as a suitable test run. But I put the sound down to, what, 5? If the game volume is halved, you should at least be able to hear me if I'm screaming into the microphone. You'd think I would have done something crazy like test the audio beforehand, but anyways, I digress. So Leapfrog's not a bad attack when it hits. It's a little finicky with its hitting. Sometimes it just misses for no reason that I can really understand. That I get. I couldn't have read that right. It must have been 2 sets of triple digits side by side. There's no way we did 11,000 damage there. Okay, we got machine gun, that's why I missed. There's no excuse. See what I mean about Leapfrog being a little finicky? But one good thing about the Toad status is physical attacks have more range than they would normally, at least if you're Cloud, Tifa, anyone who's, like, you know, traditionally up-close melee. Barret, it's a hindrance. But, like, the amount of, like, the damage reduction to enemies doesn't make it worth it to just be Toads. Like, if anyone watching this has any idea why you would ever want to use a Toad ring outside of a challenge run, I would love to hear about it. I'm gonna upload this as a premiere. So either just let me know in the chat or in the comments after if you're following along. But yeah, I started this run like 6 months or so. Longer ago than that. The last episode was like 6 months ago. But I kind of want to get back to it. I'm gonna try to do 1 episode of this every Saturday or so.
It's them! We have a visual on the target!
At least until I hit a stone wall, if we do. In the unlikely event that we beat the game on normal mode, I might try to do this on hard mode. Like, I know we're level 50 and everything, but I'm still convinced we'll hit a point where the stats are just gonna be... It's gonna be too much of a stat gap. Like, the fights will just take too long. But maybe it won't be an issue on normal mode max level, with a decent materia loadout, and all that jazz. I could also be utilizing Leapfrog better between my party.
Okay.
It's still gonna take me a little while to knock the rust off. This has been a while since I played it. I'm gonna muck up the button presses a little bit.
He's close. Come on.
Or have, you know, the tightest strategy possible.
Tifa, could use some help here.
I think you got it, Barret. You're level 50.
Make it quick. Should be
Like, you're not even a Toad. I don't know why you're not a Toad now if you're fighting.
We better hurry.
I guess you're only a Toad if you're fighting while with us. Unless you're with Cloud. Oh yeah, we gotta go up here. Going the wrong way. It's a good thing Tifa wasn't looking my way. She's like, where'd Cloud go? She has no spatial awareness. Cloud was just over this way. Where could he be?
That doesn't sound good.
Let's go.
Alright, let's go. Let's continue to go. But boom, now we're frogs again. Or toads.
Free who jumped on the train. Don't let any of them escape.
Like, why does Leapfrog do that? I think I might just be too close, and it messes with the Leapfrog ability. Like, I think you should try to use it from a little further away. That might be the problem. Oh, there's Barret. Barret in toad form. Right now, I'm mostly trying to level up. Like, most of the materia I have equipped right now is level, like fully leveled. I'm mostly just trying to level up HP plus now. Because I want to have as few HP pluses as possible. So we can have better... Yeah, Barrett's singing the victory music. So we can have better materia equipped rather than like 4 HP pluses. I don't know what that'll entail just yet. But we'll figure it out as we get back into her. Let's try to skip this cutscene and or dialogue. This game seems a little finicky about whether you're in a cutscene or in dialogue. Okay, so this is something I can skip. But other times it's like, no, no, you have to mash the buttons to skip through this dialogue. It's a little touch and go. Am I going the right way? I don't know, we'll see. Yes. Like a kilometer away, look at that. Look at the insane length away. But we'll get our steps in today, that's good. That's a promising thing.
We just gotta follow the nose.
What?
Stamp's nose.
We look for graffiti, then head in whichever direction its nose points.
Yeah, follow the nose. Like that cereal mascot used to say. But I'm not even sure if they still say it. I actually have that cereal here. No, I see a beak. I think it's a different toucan. Maybe it was just rebranded, I'm not certain. It's a good thing he went backwards when I went for the leapfrog attack. That was just a straight up miss. At least that time it was like walking backwards. It's when they aren't moving at all and the leapfrog misses that I get kind of tilted about it. Like, see, that was some pretty serious reach. Cloud wouldn't be able to get normal melee reach like that.
Follow the blue light and we'll reach the reactor.
I also had a theory for a while that maybe the Toad Ring's in this because Lucky 7's tied to the Toad Ring. Like, if you got the 7777 as the Toad, maybe it would do Lucky 7s. But I'm pretty sure already in this run that happened. I don't remember for sure because it's been a while and I didn't watch all of the prior episodes beforehand. The prior episodes. I don't know what I was trying to say. Prior?
You're not going anywhere.
I can't even guess what I was going for. Sometimes my mouth just decides to try to say other words than what I mean. And I just have to roll with it. That was one of those occasions. I'm sure I'm dating myself with this reference, but like, if you remember the old cartoon Duckman, in one of the episodes, there was a character that said that he had a speech disability of some sort where he would just say the next word in the dictionary than what he means. And then later in the dialogue, he was saying to Duckman that he would be in deep, deep trough. I think I have that problem. Or something like it. I know it's not really a thing, but maybe I made it one after hearing it. I'm like, that was so funny, I'm gonna start subconsciously doing that. Because that makes everyone's life easier. Let's look at us go, we're almost like half a kilometer away now. And we probably go up. Excuse me, we probably go up here. Oh, that. It went from 500 to, like, not 500. I guess the half kilometer away is where we're going to, but it's like, no, we have to go here first. Okay, this is one of those cases where we have to just mash the button. I mean, I guess that didn't warrant a skip. So let's do some more leapfrogging. Being all tilted again.
Keep those gloves up.
Sure thing, Coach.
Like, I get it's a Toad Ring challenge, and like, it shouldn't be like super homing, but if I'm right next to an enemy that's not moving, it should hit them.
I think it might be.
I mean, I guess get the treasure.
All kinds of creepy crawlers make themselves at home in the plate.
Inventory full. You were unable to obtain the 2 antidotes. That's too bad.
No, not Mako. Shit.
I really hope for 7 Remake 2,
That black and
they come
white
up with a better alternative for item cooldown. Because for hard mode, having 0, like, after playing Final Fantasy 15, I understand why they did hard mode this way. Because with Final Fantasy 15, if you had enough items, it was just impossible to die. Well, the way this game plays is not quite as... It's not quite as easy to not die, even with item spam. Like, I mean, it'll still extend your lifespan a bit, but if there was some sort of cooldown for it, like two things, like some sort of cooldown for that, I would also like it if they added an item that, like, increases your ATV bar somehow. Like, maybe what they need is, like, okay, there's whatever arbitrary amount of time cooldown to use an item, but then there's materia that you can equip that make it so you can use items more regularly. Where am I going? Follow the mini-map. If new-gen video games taught me anything, it's look at the mini-map and not learn where you're going. Why learn when you're going when there's a mini-map to tell you where to go? But yeah, it just annoys me, even with hard mode, how it's like, yeah, so no items. It's like, no, I still want items. Like, why do I have all these items, then, that I'll never use? There we go. Actually hitting some leapfrog attacks, that's just splendid. Stupendous, even. Okay, let's make our way over to the Queen Grash Strike. Grash Trike. I don't know, it doesn't look like any tricycle I've ever ridden. However one would say it. Did I find a good night bench? There might be one showing up before long. What if I do the bubble attack? That kind of pressured it pretty good. Yeah, let's use some leapfrogs with our other party members. There we go. Pressure's on now. Okay, we'll just keep leapfrogging. There we go. Defeated. Alright, so the way is this way that we must go.
After an accident, they will.
When it's too late then.
Alright, get that webbing out of the way. It's not a spider web. There's the good night bench. Glad that Brick Road was nearby to supply us a good night bench so we can have a good night's sleep on this bench and recover all of our HP and MP. And Tifa and Barrett just watching Cloud sitting. He's like, oh, Cloud looks so comfortable that we also recover our HP and MP. Like, they couldn't have just made a wider bench that all three characters could sit on. Silly Square Enix.
Check it out. I guess she was doing something about those monsters after all.
Would you look at that?
How did we get such a shit detail? Screw it. Let's just give it a quick once-over and call it in.
How did you get in here?
It's not for terrorists!
Hey, we did it. Like, right now, it seems like, you know, the Toad Ring is, you know, not that weak, but we're so overpowered. Like, level 50, we are so OP right now.
Ain't got nothing on me.
But eventually the stats will catch up with us. I'm just concerned that with Airbuster, not so much that we can't kill him, it's that we won't be able to reach him.
All right, let's figure out where the hell we are.
But if we can beat Airbuster, then I don't know, we'll see how far we can get.
There's an old rail yard.
Maybe we'll get through this just fine.
What we're looking for, sir.
Never know till we try. Try to beat the entire game as a Toad. Yeah, kiss my shiny metal ass, Heidegger. So, I don't know, continue to go this way. I'm probably going the wrong way. No, the correct way. Okay, we're back on track. We're little less than half a kilometer the way there. We took that detour. Took the focus off of that. Can I go up this way? Or will the game be like, nuh-uh. Wrong way. I'm not convinced I'm supposed to go this way, but we'll see what happens.
We're going to the rail yard, remember?
If I'm going like super the wrong way, I'll edit it. I'll save you that
Just so you
that
know,
trick back.
This way leads to
Okay.
the station, not the
Well, never
rail
mind.
yard.
Well, Tifa told us, so I'll let you hang around for the ride. Otherwise, you'd miss this riveting dialogue that I'm using to just make it so there's not total dead air at the moment. Who would want to breathe dead air anyways? Like, what's the difference between dead air and live air?
It's not that I hate it.
Like, I couldn't imagine there'd be oxygen in dead air. So I don't think we're really that far away from the boss. We already have the elemental lightning, which will make pretty quick work of this boss. If I remember correctly, humanoid characters are generally weak to fire. I don't know if that's always the thing in Final Fantasy.
It's a good plan.
I've never really paid attention to that. But lightning is always effective on robots.
Hey, hold up.
So I don't know if there's something else that makes sense that is always vulnerable to ice other than, you know, like fire critters. Like Ifrit.
If they want to stand between
Ifrit,
us and the
Ifrit.
rail yard,
I forget.
that's their choice.
I forget how I'm supposed to say it. You can never tell with Square anyway. They'll spell something one way, you're supposed to say it another way. It's real tedious to figure out the difference. Okay, I'm gonna blow bubbles at the I keep wanting to read it as Simply Launcher. I don't know why that is, but I do. Now okay, fine. I didn't realize I chose Leapfrog, but I did. I did. And I don't regret it. What if I blow bubbles at these flame troopers? Tifa, you're all full of ATB virus, so we'll get you leapfrogging. Or I guess Barrett, we're getting Barrett leapfrogging. These things are, like, impossible to hit with the leapfrog for some reason. Of course I hit it with the leapfrog, because that's fine. I'm fine with being wrong about that. It's just my failed playthrough of this. I could not leapfrog these things to save my life. I mean, I guess I did save my life. I didn't game over or anything. But you know what I'm getting at. There, like that would be what happened repeatedly.
No getting through that gate. Let's take the stairs. We should be
In this dystopian future town, there should be escalators everywhere, no stairs.
Called it Plan Excellent. What you think?
There should also just be conveyor belts,
Biggs made the plan.
so I don't have to walk
I
either.
provided some input.
Hope not too much.
What's that supposed to mean?
Because why burn calories? I might need them later. What way am I going? I think this way. Room with a bunch of tables in it. Yeah, here we go.
Give it up, assholes, or we'll blow
Let's
you
break a
down.
table with my tongue. Yeah. Love breaking tables with my tongue. Don't knock it till you've tried it. It's quite the rush.
And don't come back.
Tell him, Barrett. Otherwise, those people we just murdered in cold blood might come back. I think this is actually the boss room.
Keep looking for faithful little
Yeah, there's the boss.
He'll lead us to the passageway.
Who we will now boss around ourselves. Once we hit the trigger point. There we go.
This it?
Tripping the flag. Oh. Cloud just had to walk into that wall. Alright, here goes nothing. Like that right front leg. Left front leg. I even hit the thing I meant to hit, but okay, sure. Bubbles. Lots of them. Yeah, pressure that crab warden. Pressure it. There we go. Now we'll just start tonguing again. I forget if I mentioned it or if I just got sidetracked, but I really wish that during the cutscenes when you have the toad ring on that they stayed toads. Because that would be something silly that, like, OG Final Fantasy would do. Because despite its heavier tones at times, Final Fantasy VII could be silly. Let's get you leapfrogging. Get that right rear leg. Get it, Tifa. Did you? I don't know. I don't know what angle you're going at here. Oh, you're there now. She's also not... She doesn't have elemental lightning equipped. I think you can only get 2 elemental materia in 7 Remake right now. Because you can't birth materia like regular 7. I get the right rear leg with you. Did that actually count? Because it shouldn't have. I think we just hit a damage threshold regardless. Get in there. I'm busy getting shot. I'm drawing aggro. Right rear leg. Okay, it's still... Come on, guys, we can do this. The right rear leg. One of yous will do it. I want to leapfrog so I don't get hit by the... There we go. I'm actually not sure if that's the case. If you do the leapfrog, if it actually avoids the electrified rails or not. Nice movement. Get the left auxiliary weaponry. There we have it. I think that's about GG. That stagger didn't last very long. Probably would have lasted longer if we had more weaknesses being exploited. Also, in case you're wondering, you don't seem to be able to use summons as a toad. Not that I've tried using all summons with them. I don't think that's the case. There we go, our HP up materia has improved, one of them.
All clear.
Go team toads.
Let's go.
Hip hip ribbit. Hip ribbit. Hey, I gotta figure out a better toad-related victory cheer. We'll think of it by chapter 14 or so. Plenty of time. That's pretty well lit for this chapter.
You okay?
We just gotta go down, I don't know, an elevator? I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's those things that I think were made popular from the Alien movies. It's like an elevator, but it goes down like a diagonal metal thingy.
So,
I don't know if it's to like transport heavy machinery into a cargo bay or whatever, but whatever you'd call it.
Speaking of which, what would you
But I'm pretty
say
sure
about
they're made famous.
Huh?
At least popularized in media
Looks
due
dead
to
now.
Alien the movie. I'm really building this thing up, but I think you know what I mean.
Lo and behold,
This thing.
all
This
aboard.
gizmo right here. The way that we just push the button and it goes down like this diagonal thing. Anyway, after building it up, I'm just gonna skip. So you don't even have context for what I was trying to describe for the last 3 minutes. But let's enjoy this loading screen together. There's nothing gamers like more than loading screens. I guess you kind of see a little bit of it, but there we go, that was Chapter 5. We're gonna skip this again, and now we're gonna save it. We're gonna give this game another save. I'm gonna prove it to you right now that we're saving it. Broke the 100-hour mark today. I'm surprised it took this long to get 100 hours in. There must have been, like, resets involved. But maybe not. 2.5 playthroughs or so. That would add up. 100-hour playthrough. That was Chapter 5. Chapter 6 will be running around the scaffolding of, was it, Sector 5? Then Chapter 7, if I remember correctly, is Airbuster, where things might start getting complicated. So I'm gonna shoot to have the next episode of this up Saturday. So do tune in for that. So I want to thank you all so very much for joining for this Final Fantasy VII Toad Ring Challenge. Don't be like Palmer, don't you dare forget the lard, or I'll be so mad at you.